Hello everyone, it's Joel Davis with the United Medical Transportation Providers Group, and youarethebroker.com, helping you to build a highly effective and highly profitable broker business. As always, thank you, congratulations to all of our licensees. I personally had some great conversations with you guys last week. I spoke with many of you, especially those of you who actually joined in the early stages of our launch earlier this year, and had some great conversations with you. I really appreciate it. It's always a pleasure. And I wanted to connect with you guys to see where you're at. Here it is a couple of months later, and I want to see where you're at with launching your business. So it was great connecting with all of you. Many of you, I'm going to see you in the great city of Hotlanta, Georgia, for our seminar, which is coming up in about a month and a half from today. Some of you won't be able to attend, but it was great speaking with you, and I look forward to future conversations, and as always, hearing of your success. So, in speaking with some of our licensees, two of you actually happened to mention how much you appreciated seeing what we were doing in our authorized.net account and Fetch Mazda account. So if you didn't catch those, watch those videos. So what I wanted to do is actually show you my personal network from a different perspective. So what I'm going to do here in a few moments is log onto the computer, and I'm actually going to show you some access to one of our contractors. Now this contractor, he's doing a great job for us. I've personally never met him. I hear nothing but good things about him from our regional directors and some of our retail partners. They love him. He's doing a great job. Again, he started with us late last year. So I'm going to show you year to date. Today it's going at 11 a.m. on Monday, May 21st, and you're going to see he's just pennies below $60,000 in earned commission. Not earned, not total revenue. He didn't generate $60,000. He obviously generated a lot more than that. His earned commission is just below $60,000. So realistically, again, today is Monday, May 21st, 2018, so you could see that realistically he's on track to make about $120,000, $130,000+ this year. And let me tell you something. When you got a handful or just a growing number of contractors making six figures, I can assure you, you're never going to worry about money again. Number one. Number two, when you have contractors making that much money, it is transformational for them. Again, one thing I've talked about several times over in some of these previous videos, and I encourage you, watch them all as much as you can, spend the time, is that you have the ability to empower your contractors. The great thing about this business, and I mentioned it several times over, this is a cash-rich, asset-poor business. I know there's a lot of people out there that love bragging how big their business is, how many employees they have, how many vehicles they have, how many buildings they have. I don't care about any of that stuff. I want to know how much money you're making, profiting, how much money, how many of those chips you're stacking in the bank. I'm all about stacking chips, saving chips, investing chips. So stack those chips. So the great thing about this business is that it's a cash-rich, asset-poor business. You're gonna make a lot of cash that you could do a lot of things with, number one. This business as a broker is a classic example of where it's better to control everything and realistically own nothing. I have a lot of contractors operating in 5 different states currently as we speak, and at the end of the day, all those contractors, I'm helping them to make as much money as they can, because the more money they make, the more money I make. It's common sense. And this is a classic example that as a broker, you control your entire network, that yet realistically, you don't own any of it. You don't own the vehicle, so you're not paying for the maintenance, you're not paying for the insurance, you're not paying for the workers' comp. As of this video, gas prices are starting to peak again. I'm not paying those fuel bills, I'm not paying for the helpers. So this is a classic example. So when we jump on the computer here in a minute, keep in mind, this is just one contractor who's definitely going to be hitting six figures this year. And the more contractors you had making six figures, the more money you're going to be making. And it's a classic example. Cash rich, asset poor, you control everything, yet own nothing. And I love being liquid. I love the flexibility. I love the convenience. I love of not being bogged down in monotonous, deeply rooted, deeply entrenched schematics and just infrastructure. That is part of the beauty of this broker business. So before we jump onto the computer, again, as always, I'll congratulate all of our licensees. It was great talking to many of you. I will probably be speaking with many of you again before the seminar. For those of you who are coming, awesome. I look forward to meeting you. If you have not yet confirmed your reservations with the hotel, I'm going to check in another week or two to see where we're at with that. So make sure you get those reservations taken care of. Those of you who can't make it, that's unfortunate, but let's definitely stay in contact and communication and working with your regional directors and Amelia and our entire team. So let's make sure we get you launched and making a lot of money. And again, remember, the more contractors you got hitting six figures, that many more chips you're stacking in the bank and investing and doing whatever you want with it. It's awesome. So let's jump on the computer. And before I transition, I will remind you that when I see you in the great city of Hotlanta, Georgia, I'm going to see you at the top. Okay, so we just logged into this contractor's web portal, and for security purposes, we obviously had to block out customer names, pickup addresses, you know, all that security information. And for proprietary purposes, we blocked out a lot of the key functionality that is accessible for our contractors. So, but when your contractors first log in, this will be the landing page where they are literally going to see all their individual work orders for that day. Now it's 11 a.m. and this contractor has already accepted 4 work orders. So throughout the course of the day, I'm sure he's going to, you know, double and triple that and get a bunch more. So let's go over the dashboard and look at some of the statistics for this specific contractor. So here's the dashboard where they can get a lot of their overall information. You can see from year to date, this contractor, just his earned commission is $59,751. Now his service rating, we talked about in a previous video, the service rating is based on feedback from the customers once work orders are complete, and the compliance rating is how often this contractor accepts or rejects a offer to perform a work order. So obviously you can see he is held in high regard by the customers as well as us because he does a great job of accepting work orders. Now his daily commission for deliveries, we give him 70%, and he gets 80% for his express moves. Again, for proprietary purposes, we blocked out some of the other types of work that this contractor performs and the associated statistics. So you can see now these are the 4 work orders right here, order accepted. So these are the 4 work orders we just previewed, and you can see year to date he's already completed 764 deliveries and has 131 customer feedback, the surveys. Likewise for the express moves, he's completed 48 express move jobs and got 18 email response feedback from the customers when those work orders were complete. You'll notice down here under my schedule, this is where the work orders, where the contractors can literally designate what days they are available to perform work orders. So you can see this guy likes working 6 days a week. He's going to work Monday through Saturday and take off Sunday. So we respect that. So and here are the times. So let's say he wasn't available from 8 to 12. Maybe he was at home watching kids or something. I don't know. And he would block these off during certain days of the week. It's whatever he chooses, whatever he selects. So we would know that he's available in the afternoon and evening hours on these days. And again, when we get a work order, when a work order is generated, the Fetch Mazo platform actually will suggest which contractors you should use based on a series of algorithms to include proximity to pickup location, the compliance rating, the service rating, things of that nature. And it also includes the daily schedule. So let's say over here, if we have a work order on Sunday, clearly this contractor is not going to be suggested. It's not going to populate as a contractor we should even offer a work order to that needs to be performed on Sunday. Why? Because he clearly designated he's unavailable to work on Sundays. So let's go back and click on one of those work orders, and I want to show you something in the work orders too. Okay, so here's one of the work orders we just saw. Now, if you watch some of the previous videos where I showed you some of our work orders from my perspective being the actual broker, you'll remember that over here under the work orders, it had the total work order amount, customer surcharges, Over here to the right, it features hassle-free insurance. You'll notice you don't see that here. Again, this is from the perspective of the contractor. So why do you not see the total work order amount, the customer surcharges, the hassle-free insurance? Because we're not paying commission on that. So it's none of the business of the contractor. All the contractor needs to see is how much he's earning. So this contractor, here's the work order number. Now here's something interesting. Again, they ordered this work order today and is going to be delivered on the 23rd, so Wednesday between 12 and 4. Now, if you'll remember on the landing page, those four work orders showed 12 p.m. Appointment time. So that, remember, we work in 4-hour intervals. Now what would happen is that this contractor, once he receives this, then he would call the customer and fine-tune that time, let them know, hey, I'll probably be there about 12:30 or between 12:30 and 12:45. So when a customer first places their work order, whether it's online by themselves or over the phone, we give them this 4-hour window, and then the contractor will contact the customer directly and give them a highly targeted delivery or service time. So, and you'll notice here, this is a rather short trip, going 5.16 miles. Number of items are 6, 1 flight of stairs. And again, in some of the previous videos and definitely in the training DVDs, we go into detail talking about how we charge for different items and flights of stairs and mileage, things like that. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is an exclusive sneak peek, not from my perspective, but the perspective of a contractor who's doing a great job. Again, he started with us late last year, so this is really the first year he'll be with us. He's off to a great start, clearly going to make 6 figures, going to be probably 120, 130 plus, doing a great job. Couldn't be more happy with him. So you go and build a team, build an army of contractors like this. Again, it's transformational, not only for the contractor, they get to build their business and further integrate their business with yours, but likewise, the more money they make, the more money you're going to make. And this Fetch Mazzo platform, the platform itself is outstanding because it literally helps the contractors manage all aspects of their business. So this is a great opportunity. Leverage this platform because it's a great automated system that's going to help you automate your overall business model.